How many of you know this song?
Wow. The wonderful musical genius.
You're probably wondering how we got here. Well, we started here. No, come again.
Okay, not D flat, but that is E minor. Oh,
That's
sorry,
E flat.
I'm forgetting it. Yeah, that's
Okay.
my weakness.
Somebody can do this. What do you think this will represent? I don't know whether you heard of the term enharmonic notes. So enharmonic means. So we shift our eyes all the way to
Currently, I'm in Norway.
Norway for this one. And the gentleman we have here is called Leo. So Leo had a problem, a piano problem.
Okay, my biggest struggle right now is like I don't have anybody to put me on track.
Well, it was time for me to find out. I'm going to basically test you a bit. But before you get more confused, let me send you back to the beginning. Can you tell me like what made you want to hop on the call?
Okay, and I've been following your YouTube play and other stuff, so I signed me on a waiting list so that I can get a full understanding about this piano playing because I'm really interested in it. But it's just kind of boring for me because I don't have the means of learning it because of where I'm based in right now.
Oh, okay. If I may ask,
Yeah.
where are you based?
Oh, currently I'm in Norway from Liberia.
Oh, okay, sure. Do you have a piano beside you?
Yeah, I have a piano.
I can't see your face, that's why.
You see?
Yeah. Hi,
Yeah.
Leo. Is that your name, Leo?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Oh,
That's my
nice.
name.
What's like your biggest struggle when it comes to playing the piano?
Okay, my biggest struggle right now is like I don't have anybody to put me on track. I'm just doing it all alone, and I tried to get along with it, but I'm just kind of stuck up because I try to play music, and my biggest struggle is just everything right now. I don't want to be like saying specific things. I grabbed a concert years ago, as I said, kind of turning a little school. But that was on Liberia Camp. I think you know Liberia Camp, right? Yeah, one of my mentors there, he's one person, Jerry. He's a very good pianist. So he was giving me the tutorial. I learned the tutorial, but I had to go back to Liberia, so I really didn't go well in the practical. So since I left it and I went back to Liberia, but I didn't really have the means again to play it until I have myself transferred to Europe. So when I came right now, I'm looking at it like it's really my calling because whenever I try to play the piano and I feel the zeal in me to sing because I love to sing. Yeah, but I'm lost in the piano because that's my first my favorite.
I feel you.
I really want to help my journey in my musical career because I love to sing actually.
Question: if you could wave a magic wand, let's say this is a magic wand and you wave it right now, what would a perfect success in piano playing look like for you?
Oh, it would be very great because like a dream. It would be like a dream come true. See you playing and say, "Wow, this." And I listened to your theory how your journey was, and I see how well you are in it right now. I admire you a lot. That's why I decided to give myself a try, the opportunity to talk to you, and I'm very happy having this conversation with you.
I want to try and solve one of your like biggest problems on the call, right? First of all, I want to kind of know where your level is at in the piano playing, whether you basically know the basics, you know the major scales, you know the minor scales, all that.
Yeah, I know the notes. I know how to identify the notes. I know the major thing. I can identify a few of it on the keyboard. When I sit on the keyboard, I know where F chord is. I know the C chord.
You know, I'm going to not basically test you a bit. I just want to see the level you are now. You know this key, right?
Yeah, this is a C.
Okay.
Let me see. That is D flat.
No, come again.
The A flat.
Yeah, that's A flat.
Yeah, that is C flat. D. That is E minor.
That's an E.
Oh, sorry, I'm forgetting it. Yeah, that's my weakness right now.
I just basically wanted to know like the level you are on so that I see like what's the best thing I could do to help you. So basically, like, you know, the piano, there are levels, right? First of all, in the piano, you have to basically know the makeup of it, which is right, it's made up of black and white keys, but the black keys are divided into 2s and 3s. 2 black keys, 3 black keys, 2 black keys. First of all, I have to know where you are. Maybe you know the makeup of the keyboard. Then secondly, we need to know whether you know how to name the keys, because that would be like the basics. Because we go from you seeing the keyboard, seeing how overwhelming it looks, like black and white keys, then knowing how to name them. After that, then we move on to the next level of knowing how to interact with the keyboard. Before I move on to another level, I need to know that, okay, now this level is cool. So I need to know that, okay, fine, he knows how to name the keys very well. So I think I'm just going to, before we move on to anything, I just have to find a way to make sure that you know how to name the keys very well. First of all, you know the key of C, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we know we have C to A, right? C, D, E, F, G, A. These are all the white keys. Any time that you see 2 black keys, the key before the 2 black keys, which is this 2 black keys, is the key of C. Here's the key of C, which you got very easily. I think the problem was just the sharps and flats. So if we are to name the keys, it's going to be what? C, D, E, F, G, A.
Yeah.
Then back to B, then back to C, D, E, F, G, A. Basically that. I like to explain it in a very basic form. We have the sharp, which looks like this, and then we have the flat, which looks like this. I like to say, when somebody says sharp, sharp means go for it, like hurry up, sharp, 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 sharp. So I like to say, okay, sharp, go for it, jump. The sharp and flats are always the black keys. The black keys is what we name as the sharp and the flats. So if you hear somebody say sharp, C sharp, that means just imagine somebody called C and they are pushing him in front. So C sharp, like push. And then flat is like I'm pulling him backwards. A flat is to go backwards, and then a sharp is to go in front. You don't even need to remember the flat. All you need to remember is how a sharp looks like. So a sharp is just go in front, like sharp, go. So once you remember that, you can be able to find a way to name the keys easier. If I'm to hit this note, we already said C is this, C is this. So C is called C sharp. That's C sharp. You could also call it D flat, because this is D. And if I flatten it, that's D flat. I said D, and then we pull D back. When we are sharpening or flattening, is by just a semitone. You know what a semitone is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a semitone is just the nearest key. If this is C, a semitone is the nearest key, which is C sharp. A whole tone is 2 semitones. So if this is a tone, a whole tone is, this is a whole tone. That is D. By semitone is just the immediate key. I want to just let us get it right, so that like the next time we ever have a conversation, this thing is going to come very, very naturally. Do you understand? I just want to reiterate what I said. If I moved up, this is a C sharp. But if I'm on D and I move back, that's a D flat. D flat is the same as C sharp. I don't know whether you've heard of the term enharmonic notes. So enharmonic means the same sound, different names. The C sharp and D flat is what we call enharmonic.
So I decided to test him again.
Let's go again. What would this note be called?
That note would be called the D sharp.
D sharp
D
or?
In the E flat.
Exactly. So this is like one training that you basically have to give yourself. Just find a way to identify these notes very quickly, because when like you're on stage and then you're playing with the full band, most of the time the band is like, okay, play C sharp, let's go straight. And you see, when we are performing live, I don't know whether you want to sing, right? You told me like you want to be a singer, right? Like when we are performing live, there's no time to process which key is which. It's supposed to be like a second, a millisecond. So this is like the foundation that we need to get right before we even move on to learning new stuff. There are also different kinds of terms that people use when we are performing. See, when we are performing on a live band, when we talk, sometimes you can't hear. right? Because like the music is loud. Sometimes we use signals. Somebody can do this. What do you think this will represent?
C.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. What do you think this will represent? Has
F.
a
I think
different.
F.
Exactly. And do you know why it's F? C, D, E, F. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just trying to explain to you that these are like different kinds of situations that you would be in if you want to communicate with your band faster and stuff. Within a second, if I strike the note, you should be able to find the key or find the name of the key for me. We can try it.
That is F
Come
sharp.
again. Exactly.
F sharp. That is B flat.
Exactly.
That is E. That is E. E.
Exactly. You're about to say E. Calm down. I like to think in first principles, right? Which I've said so many times. When I say first principles thinking, breaking things down into its simplest form. Before we stack things on each other, we need to make sure that the foundation, which is this thing, is strong enough to handle all the things that we want to stack on each other. And so if your foundation isn't strong enough and it's like feeble, everything will fall down. Knowing the names of the notes is like one of the most basic foundations, right? Before I can talk to you, I need to know your name, Leo, and then that's how we can be able to have a conversation. Knowing how a keyboard looks like. The materials can be plastic or the expensive ones can be ivory. The most important thing is like what you are seeing and what you are feeling and what you are hearing. Your eyes are not even necessarily that important. It's important in the beginning to know what you are playing, but when you get to mastery, it's just these two things, your touch and your ears. We have you, Leo, and this is the keyboard. The first thing that Leo does is to look at the keyboard in the beginning. The second thing is that he goes to touch the keyboard. When he touches the keyboard, then he'll be able to hear what the keyboard sounds like. But before all that, he needs to know what the keyboard looks like. Rectangular object having black and white keys that produce sound when you touch it. Having a fair idea of the names of the keyboard is just to help you communicate with other musicians when you finally get a chance to, or help you learn from other musicians. Now, Leo just needs these three senses to function on the keyboard well. The most basic thing of music is just rhythm, melody, harmony. The rhythm is when I play this, there's no rhythm. But when I do, that's rhythm. The melody is what you... Could you give me like a song that you have in mind right now?
I have a makeup.
Sing it, let me see.
I have a makeup. He forms my
Okay. Yeah, so the rhythm is basically pattern of sound and silence. That's rhythm, right? The melody is me playing, and then the harmony is. So those are the three things that are very, very important in the music. But before we start to even tackle the rhythm, your melody, and then your harmony, you basically have to now have full confidence that Leo can be able to have a sense of knowing what the names of the notes are, and knowing how to play the keyboard will make your singing very, very better. You'll be able to hit notes that if you don't know how to play an instrument, you can't hit, because you don't understand the relationship between those notes. Yeah, so the reason why I hopped on this conversation, which is I just want to like just try and give you like value before we ever even get to talk again. The reason for the wait list is that right now there are already people in the mentorship that I'm mentoring, and I need to have time for them. So all the people in the waiting list, I want to try and give them the advice. You know, I'm just selecting a few people and try and give them something that they can use to kickstart their piano journey until the next mentorship opens. I don't know when the next mentorship is going to open, the one-on-one mentorship, the controller master key. But when it opens, I'm definitely going to shoot you a mail as to when the day that is going to open. So you just have to be in the wait list and just hang on. If you have any questions, you can ask me and stuff. Yeah, and then when the mentorship opens again, with that one is like one-on-one, and that one is weekly, every week, every course. That one you have my WhatsApp number, basically taking you from where you are right now to getting you to piano mastery within 120 days. Until then, you know, you can just shoot me questions if you have some questions on the email and stuff, and I'll try and answer those ones. But I really, really hope you gained knowledge from this kind of conversation that we had.
So 100%. So,
I've gotten to understand the level that you are on, so I have like a clear idea or vision of how to get you to where you want to get to. Thanks again for hopping on the call.
Thanks so much. I appreciate the call. Yeah, I appreciate it. At least I see my t-shirt fan of it. Yeah. I'm so happy to meet a wonderful musical genius.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm honored, bro.
I appreciate it.
So there you have it, guys. If you want to get the chance to hop on a call with me too, you know what to do. Until then, be creative.